No, allora io si stava facendo un po' il punto lì sul pollaio e quindi volevo capire alla fine noi si è cominciato tardi per una serie di inconvenienti.
Noi abbiamo rispettato tutti i tempi, l'unica
Okay, eccoci, here we are. Did you know how many months have passed? Cioè, 4 mesi fa ho pubblicato l'ultima puntata di Renovating a Ruin.
Sì.
Four months ago I published the last episode of Renovating a Ruin. Il 1 maggio, the 1st of May.
Yeah.
So, the question that everyone wants to know is what's been happening in 4 months?
There have been some bureaucratic issues. The construction company was slow in starting. The engineer didn't deposit some of the papers. Usual stuff. But as you will see, a part has been done. So all the what was the last thing that you showed? About
I think the last thing
demolition.
was the demolition with it being bulldozed and everything.
Okay, so then work has been done, and as you will see, there's the sbancamento.
What they had to do is create the foundation for the house with the fortified cement, cemento armato.
Yeah.
And
for seismic laws, you have to do practically everything in cemento armato. All Italy is seismically active. In this area, we are a low risk seismic area, but no matter what, the new construction laws tell that you have to do everything in cemento armato, so it must be super safe for and obviously correctly, but it's...
So this is the reason why a lot of people are asking, but why did you have to bulldoze the chicken coop? And in fact, obviously it's super sad. You think, oh no, they're going down those beautiful stones, but it's just there's so many laws now that you have to abide by, and it's required that you create this super safe foundation that even the main house doesn't have, and no other. But now anything that you want to restore, renovate has to be done.
If you throw it down and rebuild it, you have to rebuild it with the new structural characteristics that are super seismic safe and everything.
And then also, siamo in Italia, we're in Italy, so it seems like if you're in a country where things are very efficient, it's like, wow, 4 months and barely anything has happened. But in Italy, things are a bit slower. That's the price you have to pay for all this beauty and all this wonderful culture. And
not a direct connection between beauty and being slow, but let's say there's been one problem that when they dig the hole, they had to stop for a period because there was let's say a security issue of the cantiere, so that stopped the works for sort of 1 month. They were slow starting. 1 month went away with that because they started late because they were doing other works in other places.
Yeah, but that's
And 1 month, actually, they've started 1 month ago, more than 1 month ago. And when you do the foundations in cemento armato, it needs to dry for at least 3 or 4 weeks. So that part has been done. So let's say we are late 2.5 months, because they've done 1.5 months of work in the last 4 months.
Right.
this, it don't change it anymore.
No.
Non è che poi dopo dici, ah, più ti è gettato nel cemento armato,
Sì,
che rimango
sì.
schifo di 200 anni.
Ma è questa montagna?
Tutta la collina che stava smontata.
Sì, ma...
Poi verrà tutto riempito qui.
Sì.
Si fa piano, si usa per fare il giardino davanti, è tutto in terrapieno.
Wow. Things really do shut down, except the super touristy places, obviously, for the whole month of August. You try to call people, they're like, ah no, it's August, so nothing happens.
Spezzare una lancia a favore di questa cosa. In August, was it possible to work? It was so hot.
No, infatti.
In Sicily, there was 48.8 degrees
Crazy.
Celsius. So,
sì.
And also here we had to escape in the mountains because it was so hot that the builders would have died if they were working in that temperature. So
exactly. But in spite of that, lots of things have been going on, and this episode, I wanted to share with you some of the little details that might be interesting to you to see how to deal with renovating a small space and giving it that rustic Italian Tuscan feel, thanks to my parents.
Australia.
No, but my parents are very industrious, but they like to be busy with projects. They get up every morning at 5 a.m. They do yoga for an hour on the top of the overlooking the hills, and then they just love being busy with projects. And so Guido was like, bene, allora qua ci sono tantissimi progetti. So there's been everything from restoring shutters to what else have they done? Then my mother was on her hands and knees scrubbing for about 3 weeks the terracotta floor, because terracotta is beautiful, but it's very porous and it absorbs all the dirt over the years. And so she was actually going mad because she kept washing it and then saying to Guido, I can't understand why it doesn't get clean, no?
Because it's old and it's filled up with old dirt. And
she has a lot of perseverance, and so she was scrubbing it and then waxing it to get that beautiful terracotta color. And in the end, I think it came up really well. She's still not satisfied with it, but I think it looks lovely, no?
It's perfect.
My mother sort of comes up with ideas, and then my father has the technical knowledge to actually build them. So there's this outdoor sink, and my father sort of took, I think, was it pieces of door to create, to hide all the pipes, and then he couldn't find any handles to do. He was sort of rummaging around in the barnyard here, where there's just a whole Aladdin's cave of old broken furniture and different little pieces. Yeah, just so many amazing pieces from hundreds of years ago. So, and then he found an old broken hammer and attached that as the handle, so that you can just sort of get it out if you need to change over. Is there a gas bottle underneath there? No.
In that side, yes, there's the gas.
So all these doors we could turn into...
Yeah, these are all doors that have been removed from... Guarda è bella questa sedatura. Snakes? No snakes. No.
Scusa.
Just checking.
Oh, beautiful. Ma could we reuse this somehow?
What?
Questa porta?
Perché no?
Perché no? Il problema è che per usare una porta per un tavolo deve essere abbastanza piatto, no?
Questa è piatta.
Sì?
No.
Sì. So we could use...
C'è qualche chiodo, no?
Sì. Ma potremmo usare questa porta per un tavolo per il pollaio, no?
Sì.
And then in the bathroom, just to make it a little bit more rustic and to give it that nice sort of country feel, there was this very functional mirror, let's say, and then they just put some timber around the outside, which I think makes quite a difference.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? And then,
I didn't see it in the video.
Però hai visto sotto il lavandino, no? Quello che è
Sì,
costruito.
sotto il lavandino, sì.
Sì, because there was the thing of there's not a lot of room, and I think if
it's like furnishing a boat.
See, exactly.
It's not as big as a boat, but slightly bigger.
Yeah, my parents, if you're not up to date, they've lived for many periods in their life on sailing boats, and my father has built many yachts. So they're used to dealing with small spaces and how to economize on space, and so they created this little hand towel rack that fits around the sink, but all out of timber, so that you don't have to use any wall space. And then what else?
The table.
Oh yeah, the table. So I don't know if you remember, but quite a few months ago, just before the wedding, no?
Yeah.
I found this because I was looking everywhere for this beautiful wrought iron. Tables with a wrought iron base that you can put outside, but they cost so much. I just looked everywhere in Italy to buy them second hand, and they're so expensive. And we found the space, but it was missing the tabletop, so we thought, fantastic, we'll buy it. And then my father, in the barnyard, found an old door, which is beautiful.
Yeah, and I think, remember, I suggested to use that door.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see you were.
Yeah, actually, I saw it somewhere else. So
Sì, ma, sì.
it's a common thing to do.
Sì, sì. But it looks so beautiful because then you have like the hinges, the lovely rusty hinges, and it's just lovely. Unfortunately, though, underneath the base is this beautiful.
It's rusty.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, but the things that are rusty need to be treated. That was the wrong product. I agree with you. There's a product that seals the rust. It doesn't change it aesthetically, but it stops the rust from eating the iron.
Sì.
That was the purpose, the aim. Unfortunately, we wrongly bought a product that actually your father scratched away the rust.
Davvero?
I think to believe that.
Ma no, no, amore, cioè lui l'ha messo come una prova e poi
l'ha fatto tutto.
Sì, no, ha fatto la metà. So he did half the base, which for me, I think, well, I'll show you and let me know what you think, but it's this beautiful sort of red rust color. And then it was like my mother and I were on the side of the aesthetic beauty, and my father and Guido decided to put this polish on, or this treatment that protects the iron and takes away that beautiful color of the red, and so now it sort of looks, well, it's sort of grey-black. And so they did half, and then I was like, no, what are you doing? And so then now we have half of it, one color and half the other. But what did you want to say before?
That if it's a problem, you just scratch it and leave it outside for one winter, and next winter it will be completely rusty.
Do you think so?
Certo.
But that would defy the purpose of the treatment.
Yes, but if you don't like the aesthetics of it, you just make it back as it was.
Well,
so
I think
it's not something that is definitivo, insomma.
Secondo me sì, cioè abbastanza. Cioè io non credo che, perché also there it doesn't rain, because anyway, the point is,
when it rains next winter, you just scratch it, take away the top and leave it outside. You will be happily satisfied with very rusty base. The aim was to give something that was neutral on the rust, but that would seal it and stop the rust by going on and eating it.
Amore, quella base, that base, I think had been there even in the second-hand store for about 40 years out in the rain. So, ma almeno 10.
Okay.
And then what else is there? Oh yeah, he also made a towel rack out of I don't know what. Every day we wake up and my father's built something new, and then we look around and say, okay, what did he make that out of? Because he takes apart different furniture to find the materials. And then what else did they do? Oh yeah, the kitchen. You explain it, because I didn't want to say the wrong thing.
There was just this space, and he built a kitchen inside, so that's perfect. Using an old cooker,
Yeah.
and we just installed the basin that we found near Arezzo, and it's a cement basin that looks like stone.
Yeah.
And that's it. And all the rest, your father, he did all the rest. So, yeah, amazing.
He built a piattaia, which is that sort of wooden structure that goes above sinks. Often you'll see it in country homes, particularly in Italy, so that you don't have to dry them, and which is another space-saving element of the kitchen in small kitchens in Italy, because then you don't have to have any space beside the sink for the drying rack. You can have it just above the sink. Instead of creating cupboard doors, often you'll find in these sort of country houses in Italy, just a little fabric curtain underneath made of linen or something. My mother sewed these curtains. I think it looks lovely, no? Well, maybe he knows the snakes are down there. That's why he's here. He's like...
Maybe he's looking for the snakes. Vai, Ciccio.
You can see the small nose.
No.
You see?
No, dove?
Qua.
No, che carino.
It folds up like a...
Folds up.
Yes.
It does.
Show me.
It just goes
And underneath
itself into a little ball.
yeah, and underneath it's all fluffy.
Oh, che carino.
And they smell like... Yeah.
No.
Eccolo lì. Un piccolo.
Sì. Povero. Dove vai? He's going up to the house. Che carino.
Eccoli.
Oh.
La femmina, quella è la femmina giovane col primo piccolo.
Sì.
Anche vuol dire che c'è lupi.
Bravo, Guido, the fighter of snakes.
Non è simpatico, insomma.
Però secondo me sono neonati, no?
Sì, sì, questi sono neonati. Se metti neonato, ti metti biacco neonato, è esattamente quello lì.
Ma biacco che vuol dire?
Biacco è il nome del tipo di serpente.
How scary to think this is full of snakes, ma possibile?
It's not.
But if they're searching for a cool, dry, moist, dry place, no?
Sì. Questo è il marcio, va cambiato. Wish me good luck!
Good luck, my love. I'm not going to accompany you.
Va bene, ma non c'è mai nulla. Per ora non trovo nulla.
Dici? feel the temperature difference down here. It's so cool. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, yeah. Bravissimo, amore. I could never search for something.
Questi buchi qui sono...
Sì.
Perché, capite, possono entrare di lassù. A parte c'è una rete, non dovrebbero riuscire a entrare.
What is the expedition and what is your concern?
We are going to see these small donkeys.
Small
Cubs,
donkeys.
come si dice?
Baby donkeys! Baby donkeys!
Rischierà, insomma, non niente di...
There is this plant which is...
No,
No, non ne parliamo.
no, certo che ne possiamo parlare, ma I really hate it.
Yeah, you hate it. But do you know what it's called?
Alianto.
Alianto. But maybe someone might know what, because the thing is, it actually kills everything else and it keeps coming up and Guido keeps pruning it back or cutting it down, no? And then it's just like...
I just
You can't kill it.
trim it like 10 days ago,
Yeah.
and it's like Hydra, the mythological monster. You cut one and they come out 5. So it does never, and it seems like no animal likes it and won't eat it. So
we had this idea of thinking maybe we could get baby donkeys because some neighbours they've got an abundance of donkeys.
this is a trap. I knew.
No, and they're giving away baby donkeys for free. So I mean, how could you resist that? So we went to look at that.
Yeah.
Because we thought that perhaps the donkeys might eat this monster weed, but alas. No such luck. He said they don't eat it.
No, because if you break it, it has an awful smell. Probably that's why it's so persistent, this plant, because it's revolting and no one wants to eat it.
Right.
Not even the
goats.
Maybe goats, but then
goats eat everything. No?
Yeah, but then goats, I suppose, will prefer to eat the olive trees before.
Yeah. Just beautiful. So many different tones as well.
Yeah.
So how many did you count?
Oh, there'll be enough. I've counted about 30.
Great.
And then there's that other building down there where they haven't fallen in. I'll have to ask Guido whether it's okay to take them off that one.
To create a little shady workshop, there was this sort of plastic roofing or whatever that was sort of falling down, and my father went and got the old tiles, which are beautiful, from the pigsties, and create a little roof. And of course, my mother's saying, "Oh, shouldn't you look up, Richard, how to do it? And there'll be something." And my father's saying, "No, there won't be anything online because these tiles are so old that there couldn't possibly be a tutorial on YouTube or something saying how to lay these old tiles." And yet, apparently. Well, you were telling me that they still do lay these tiles in Italy, the same ones that they laid 50, 70 years ago, 100 years ago even, no?
Yes. Squadra che vince non si cambia, so it's like why inventing new types of tiles if they work.
They're so lovely and
probably they have 70 or 80 years. Because they've been done before the war, so...
Amazing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine who had laid them here back in, when was it?
Egisto.
Egisto, do you think?
He maybe built them.
What, in the 40s, in the 30s?
Not in the 40s and the 30s. We should ask Egisto when the pigsties have been done. If he's 80, so probably the pigsties were already there when he was born.
Yeah.
But you should ask him.
Thank you to everyone who sent us beautiful cards and gifts and just wishes for our wedding. No, there's so many incredible gifts. And the thing is, the address that I have, we don't visit it all the time. So when we went and picked up all these letters, it was sorry if it was a bit late, and you're probably thinking, what happened? I sent off this letter, and we're so grateful to you for taking the time and writing. And some of the things, I mean, I was reading, and they're just so kind. It's like I feel like it's like a letter or a card or something from a relative. I mean, these people are like, oh, we're just so happy for you too.
Relatives are not always so kind.
Yeah, exactly. You're more kind than some of our relatives. And then, I mean, there's just this wonderful gift that arrived of someone who painted us as Disney characters in front of the church. So beautiful.
Do you have it here?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll show it. I'll put it over the top while I'm saying this.
Okay.
And the
watch?
Yes, and the watch, exactly, with Cinderella. Is really just so very kind. And some of the time I just, well, actually, it's a bit of an issue because I lie awake just feeling constant guilt because I haven't got back to people, but I don't know how to find more time. I'm sort of, I mean, as I haven't really been sleeping for the past... Well, since we met. Yeah, but I feel bad because I think I see, you know, the patrons and then people saying they really enjoy and so look forward to Friday. And then I think, oh, I have a responsibility to keep providing.
Give her a holiday.
No, it's just with Patreon because these are the people that actually make it possible for me to do this work. So I feel in that, with the patrons, I feel a great sense of responsibility, you know. So, more dramas. They're filling in the cement walls and they made a mistake with where they're putting the plumbing. And Guido said it's better that you don't film me in this moment because he said I'm swearing too much, but it's just, it's crazy. It's a lot of stress when just, if you don't triple check everything, people that are paid to do their job just make errors or don't do the job or don't show up at all. Ay. So what is the next step with the Polaio?
They are doing all done the foundation, and now the foundation have dried out properly this August because it was so hot, and now they are starting to go vertically.
And so once they make the walls, it would be quite exciting because then we can see the spaces. And in theory, I mean, we could start looking for furniture now, no, for the rooms. Or,
yes, definitely.
Because we need to find a...
It will take another at least 3 months, let's say. So let's say 4 before actually being able to put inside furniture. But well, why not?
Yeah. We are back.
If we join these 2 rooms,
Questo posto è perfetto.